Let's start with the information that how we see things is not truly how things are. It may seem like it because we're here in this kind of cross section where we think we can see what has happened and what is going to happen to us. But realistically, there are so many things that are going on that we cannot even comprehend. And by we, it's us as people. Like in this quadrant, so much could be happening and going on. But if we're so focused on, let's say, what's happened in the past, we'll be stuck over here. But also, if we're thinking of, like say this is past and this is future to make it seem a bit more understandable. So we're stuck here. If we open our minds to the possibility that so much can happen all at once, imagine how cosmic this would be. Because the thing is, if we get stuck here, we cannot experience what is over here, in the future, in the now. So when we're able to combine all areas of this constraint of time that us as people have put on ourselves, that we're able to expand beyond it. And this is what this phase is all about. It's all about expansion, and to do this we have to understand that we cannot stay stuck and stagnant to old ways of thinking, because that's only going to lead to results or ways of being that are trapped in how things have always been. If we're wanting to move forward, if we're wanting to expand, grow, be aware that we can shift our mindset at any point. But the way we do this is we recognize that this isn't working. And it's useful in some areas, right? It has its uses to be able to understand. That's how we learn. That's how we understand how to maybe not do certain things. What worked, what didn't. But we don't want to be trapped. We don't want to stay trapped. This is reminding us of the matrix. It's a business matrix, and it's talking about urgent, non-urgent. So this is bringing together everything but all at once. So you have the awareness, because if you're putting so much attention on this quadrant, it's going to seem urgent. Everything's going to seem urgent here. But the issue is, if everything seems urgent here, when are we ever going to experience over here? Or even down here? Or over here? See, this is multifaceted. It's not just one level. It's not just one quadrant. And this is just a visual of how things can be for us, right? Because you can see everything is connected, but we can't get stuck in here. In this place, it makes it very challenging for us to experience anything else, and life has so much to offer, so much to offer. We have to stay open and not so stuck. Let's bring the information that to do things that you haven't done, you kind of have to think how you haven't done. And this is a hard concept to understand, because our egos make us think that we know everything. We know everything. We've experienced so much that we don't need any possibility. We don't even think this. We don't even think that there's a possibility that things can be different. But there's a deep knowing with you and you as a person that possibility and change is always possible. It's only when we make ourselves aware that this is not the be-all, end-all, we can open ourselves up to so much more. If we get rid of our, let's say, ego, for the sense of controlling and thinking we know everything, because we know a lot, but if we are stuck in one kind of mindset, how can we see what there is? There's so much to what we experience and what we can notice if we open and expand our minds to other ways of thinking. And this also aligns with things being all happening kind of at once. So it's to take away this take away this urgency of this one quadrant. Zoom out so you're able to see there is so much more. But don't get caught up in trying so hard to leap to over here. Because once you are more aware, you will just be able to expand your mindset a lot more, and you will be able to notice these different axes in possibilities and how you think about things. Because if you know everything, how can you know anything? There's so much to gain knowledge on here on the planet, and you're able to access this, but you need to be in the state of awareness, oneness, the zooming out. It's like the bird's eye view of everything. Because think of it as a blank slate here, and then you're just in the center. Then everything can flow to you. But because of life and our experiences as humans, we kind of get stuck in one area. But we're here to tell you that once you're aware and you're able to bring yourself to this kind of center focal point, you'll notice all of these possibilities. And it's not you just inputting into this. It's you actually also receiving from different, I want to say timelines, but also just different ways of thinking, being, doing that are more aligned with you. Because you're at the center of all this. It's just our experiences, our knowledge, our collection of data that we get through life that we think we know all the things, we're so resilient because we've got all this experience, and say Patty being mean to me means that I'm gonna feel bad, so I'll avoid Patty. But maybe Patty was just having a bad day that day. So you've got these beliefs, these systems that are here to protect you, and you think you know everything because it served you maybe, or you've learned from stuff, but maybe it wasn't even about you, about Patty that day. She's probably got a lot going on. So if we zoom out from what we think everything is, this allows us to expand and receive information or understanding from other areas. Because we're caught up, you see how dense this is? It can get so dense, but it's not being shared in all the different areas. But once it does, so much more will flow to you, and you'll have so much more awareness of understanding that there is more for you than being stuck in these kind of loops. Because does this really serve you? It's kind of a sense of this like ego protection, but there's so much more to it. Just remember you're at the center. So if you're feeling a lot of negative thoughts or negative constructs and situations you've had, just a good way to do this is just think the opposite. This is a tool that we gave to someone recently. Just counter it. If it's something that makes you feel like miserable and down, counter it. Be like, hey, what could be the other thought here that is the opposite of what I'm thinking right now? Because this brings you back to the middle. It brings you back to equilibrium. And it allows you to gain input from all these other areas. So just try it out if you are feeling that you have a lot of beliefs, mentalities, patterns that are not, I mean, they are serving you in a way, right? Because it's this self-preservation, protection, and we think we're learning. We're like, okay, we are aware of this, and this is how we are as people. But as our mind expands, it's very important to just notice other ways of thinking and being, so we're not so caught up and bogged down by things that actually truly don't matter. So overall, this message is to allow you to be more aware that you have so much to offer, so much to give. We need to not get so caught up in what has happened to us in the past, like be stuck in this quadrant. There's also so much more. And the way to expand this is to counter any negative things that may come up. Be aware that there is room always to grow in everything. There's a lot of information, things out there for you that is here for you. But if we get stuck here, it's hard for us to come to center.